Deacon Jones sends his deepest regrets to the members of the flock who were new around here. There's something about the deacon that I want to make clear. Who's honored and respected?
Deacon Jones.
And who's so kind and unaffected?
Deacon Jones.
And when a sinner's moaning low, who will listen to his tale of woe? Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah, Deacon Jones. Now who's handsome and good looking? Deacon Jones.
And now, the #1 pass rusher of all time, David Deacon Jones.
When you talk about great pass rushers, you have to think that he's got to be the one, Deacon Jones.
Derek Thomas and the LT and all of them up there. But, you know, the baddest guy, you know, don't tell him, Deacon Jones.
As a rookie in 1961, Jones was bad, a raw and confused kid just out of South Carolina State.
When Deacon Jones came into the NFL, he was unknown, unheralded, unpolished, and overweight.
But as he once said, he could outrun daylight. Overnight, that speed, matched with a fierce will to win, turned young David into the deadly Deacon.
When you look at the film of that time and you see the jump that he gets off the snap and how fast he is getting to the corner, I mean, there really was no way to even slow Deacon Jones down, much less stop him.
The thing that separated Deacon from some of these other guys, I think he might have been the meanest man alive ever to play this game.
I wanted to put as much fear into his heart and as much pain on his back as I possibly could.
And his big old eyes were about this big. They looked like saucers. He looked me in the eye and he said, "That's right, son, I'm getting ready to beat the stuff inside of you."
You got this 260 pounds up to 4.5, and you got an angle on him, he should go to the hospital. And that's exactly what I tried to do. With no remorse in my heart, I tried to put him in the hospital every time I tackled. So each time he came over there, I tried to tear his damn head off.
Deacon Jones really was the player who glamorized the pass rusher. He was the Secretary of Defense, and he had the thousands of people in his cabinet.
And in his toolbox, he kept a devastating weapon.
Deacon Jones's head slap, the most awesome thing I've ever seen. Bam! Right up against the guy's head. Almost knocked him out every single time.
Deacon knew where to hit you, and he hit right in the ear hole, and the concussion from that hand slapping into that hole left their ears ringing.
The head slap was a quick blow upside your head. When somebody strike you upside your head, you have a tendency to close your eyes. Because when you open your eyes, I ain't gonna longer be there.
Our #1 pass rusher of all time was a bully who never hesitated to use dirty tricks. Tripping was legal in his book. So was tearing someone's face off. Jones put his indelible stamp on every game and put the defensive end position on the map.
He was not only a great player, but he was a great spokesman for the position. Deacon is the guy who coined the phrase sack.
Sacking the cornerback is just like you devastate a city or you cream a multitude of people. I mean, it's just like you put all the offensive players in one bag and I just take a baseball bat and beat on the bag.
There was no category for them. No one was keeping track of them. But based on what I've seen and what I believe, I don't know if he averaged 20 sacks a year, but I feel quite certain that he had years where he had 20 plus.
Jones, however, kept track of them all by keeping notes in his playbooks.
I got my 1967-68 playbook. The 2 years that no lineman has ever had in this game. Okay, I had 26 sacks in 14 games and 6 in postseason. And in 1968, I had 24 sacks. I can't let that go. I will never let that go. And you tell Sable, he's seen them. You tell Steve Sable, he's seen them, and he knows how many I had.
You know, if Bruce Smith had 200, Deacon had 225. Okay, in terms of numbers, the all-time sacker in the history of the game, and would still be today.
His last seasons were spent in Washington and in San Diego. When Jones realized he was no longer the best on the field, he retired in 1974.
I loved every minute of it, and I gave it everything I had. I gave my whole heart and soul to the game. I walked out like a man. I didn't wait until they had to carry me out. When I could not rule the roost, I walked. That's the only reason I walked. I came, I saw, and I did conquer.
Deacon Jones is number one for many reasons, but one stood out. We saw what he did to opponents, and we didn't want this head-slapping Hall of Famer coming after us.
Well, if Deacon Jones found out that he wasn't on the list, I wouldn't want to be in the same room.
Yeah, he'd probably devour you.
He'd probably head slap you.
He lets you know that he's going to knock you out.
God help you.
The number one pass rusher of all time, our fine friend, Mr. David Deacon Jones.
Well, very, very nice. Very, very impressive. I'm Tony Abbott, Mr. Farnsworth's personal private executive secretary. Very nice. Very, very nice. Don't let any of Mr. Farnsworth's racial statements offend you, for God's sakes. Nice talking to you.
Deacon Joe, and who gets all the chicken breasts and leaves the giblets for the rest? Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah, Deacon Joe. Hey, oh, Deacon Joe, Deacon Joe, oh, Deacon Joe, Deacon Joe, oh, Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah, Deacon Joe. Hey, oh, Deacon Joe, Deacon Joe, Deacon Joe, Deacon Joe, oh, Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah, Deacon Joe. Now, who's loved by all his neighbors? Deacon Joe. Mm-hmm. And who is it that will help you with your labors? Deacon Joe. Uh-huh.
Really cool. We need to get Rosie on there. The boss lady's here. Your boss lady's here. Go by me. I never got to see you play in person. I was only born in '83, but it's such a pleasure. It's an honor to meet you. You're a living legend. Yes, sir. Secretary of Defense, Mr. Butterfly, Mr. Stack, I commend you, sir. Yeah, I stopped the pretty good. Yes, sir. What do you think about the Rams coming back home to LA?
They won't come back. St. Louis has got them by the coat. They can't.
I think they can get out of there.
They can't get out of it. They can't get out of it. I mean, you know, you have to understand that this game is made gaining money.
Yes, sir.
You know, more money, they can make more money in LA.
Right here would be wonderful. Straight across the two.
Over here.
Johnny Johnson? Yeah. Johnny Johnson. It's custom line, but Johnny Johnson, Daryl Henley.
Right here.
A lot of support from the Rams.
I understand that, but you know, I'm just trying to see
Can I grab one more picture?
He tried to buy the Dodgers. The owner of the Rams just tried to buy the Dodgers.
Nah, just a picture with him.
He has a home in Malibu.
They come back to you, they honor you, we'll be there. We'll be in the stand. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Deacon Jones. Now, who's in charge of the contribution? Deacon Jones. Mm-hmm. And who attends to the distribution? Deacon Jones. And before any of the dough is spent, who is it that takes out his 10%? Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah, Deacon Jones. Hey, oh, Deacon